Hi, Rayleigh. Your video is going to be longer than everybody else's because we haven't really talked about any of this yet, whereas everyone else at least has had a little taste of it. So, for the finger patterns that we are doing, I gave you like detailed notes at the bottom of your paper, but I'm guessing it doesn't make much of any sense when you just read it. So what we are doing is we're going to be doing 5-finger scales. So for example, if you're in the key of C major, I'm sure you've done those before if you're in the key of D. So we're not even doing the full scale, we're just doing the 5 notes. And what I've done is I've given you what the pattern of whole and half steps is so that you can still follow along with what they're doing with the different types of finger patterns we're doing. So pattern number 1 is your minor pattern. So you start on your first note, whole note up, half step up, sorry, whole step up, half step up, whole step up, whole step up. Okay, so that would be your C major version. So that's the start of your minor scale if you've been playing those before. So that's pattern number 1. If we transplant that and we go to the key of D, let's say, D, whole step up would be E, half step up is F, whole step is G, whole step is A. So we've got whole, half, whole, whole for your pattern number 1, which is the minor pattern. All right, pattern number 2 is the major pattern, which you probably know all of them already. So C, but the pattern, let's transplant it to A. You have first note, whole step, half step, whole step. So if you follow that, theoretically you could start on any note, but you only have a few different ones because the kids are always starting on their open string names. Okay? Pattern number 3 is going to be the weird one to you because I'm pretty sure you've never done what's called a Locrian scale. So what we do is we take our major pattern. So if you know those really well, you can just start there. And then all we're doing is we're taking the 4th note, so it'll be where your ring finger plays, your 4th finger. It goes up a half step. So G, A, B, C sharp, D. All right, so that's really all there is to it. But if you want to do it with the pattern of wholes and halves, you do whole step, whole step, whole step, and the half is right there at the end. So initially when you're playing with everybody, if you need some time to get used to just these basic patterns, I'll tell them, okay, start on your D string. That tells you that we're starting in the key of D. So that'll be where your first note is. And you could obviously do this with both hands. And then I'll say pattern 1, you know that's the same as your minor pattern. And then I'll be telling them to do 4 times on each note. So you would do... And then we start at the top and do that one again, and back down. Okay, so that's how you would apply that. If I told them to start on their A string and do finger pattern number 3, that's that weirdo Locrian one. So you start with your major pattern, but then raise the 4th one a half step, so 1 key higher. And then let's say I told them to do 2 times per note just to save time for this video. Except I forgot to double the top note. You can tell I'm not used to this on piano. All right. Now, that's not going to be hard for you once you get the hang of that Locrian one. I think the other ones will be really fast and easy. Then we need to pay attention to the chords. So this might be completely new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new video because I don't want this to take 10 hours to upload to YouTube. So I will be right back. You can flip to the second video, it'll be labeled part 2.